You know, I used to think I was dumb, but I discovered that I'm not dumb at all. No, I just suffer with a developmental disorder characterized by an ongoing pattern of one or more of the following types of chronic symptoms: attention difficulty, hyperactivity, and impulsiveness. Because I have ADHD!
That's the problem. Everybody's dancing. Yeah, I lie, I cheat, and I steal. But at least I'm honest about it. Bully for you. Well, while you're down there, love, whatever happens. No, honey, I just took my bra off. I'm in for the night. Who took my stapler? Soccer moms. Soccer mamas. I did True West with Sherman Helmsley. I bet the board is spelled B-O-R-E-D. Don't talk about the war. Have a nice day. Don't tell me what to do. I'm just a simple caveman, Your Honor. That's not my bag, baby, I swear. And don't call me Shirley. Establishment, you always know what's best. Shake harder, boy. There's doings a-transpiring. The jerk store called, and they're all out of you. No bow would be better than that bow. Oh, baby. Business is about to pick up. In my heart, I know that I'm funny. 5, but it's thick. Such a fine line between clever and stupid. Lieutenant Steve! Lieutenant Steve! Now I'm about to choke you. And don't you dare try to defend yourself. I didn't hear no bell. One of these days, Alice. One of these days. This calls for a little bit of the bubbly. ADHD, ADHD, ADHD. Come have ADHD with me.
Oh, welcome everybody. Welcome, one and all to Harry Has ADHD, a mental health podcast where I invite you to come and have ADHD with me. What's going on? I think we're on all our platforms. I think we did better this time. This is the first week. I think I've got all of them going here. This is a hard show to do when you have ADHD. Probably a stupid thing for me to have taken on, given my responsibilities. There's always something I think I have. I'm on TikTok now. I'm still doing it through the phone, and I think I'm on right now, and I have no clue. Yep. Am I live? I don't know. Let's hope that we are. And then Instagram seems to be running. I think we're on Twitch, YouTube. Instagram is so far behind. Okay, here we go. All right, I think, this is weird. I think I got them all. Oh, wait, background music. Let's get background music, guys. You let me know if it's too loud in the comments, and then I got to pull up the comments. I'm still dealing with the TikTok thing here. Can't stand TikTok. Supposedly, I qualify to do live broadcasting on TikTok. I tried to do it. Then I have to download a separate thing. You can't do it from the website. You have to download an app for your computer to do it, which I went to do. Okay, I could do it, and then I was informed that they only have a Windows version of that. It's a Windows version. Why? They only have a Windows version. Don't have a Mac. It's 2025. I mean, Mac is not a mom and pop company. I understand most people have Windows computers. And when they say most people, let's be honest, most workplaces have a Windows computer because whatever. It's more expensive. I get it. It's a cheaper thing, but let's not pretend like we can't. I don't know. Why can't we fix this, TikTok? Why can't we get it done right? Is all I'm saying. I look directly into the TikTok, which is on a phone on a stand. Oh, battery's not plugged in. Oh, that's right. I didn't plug in an extension cord. There we go. I did all the work of getting an extension cord and then not plugging it in. So bear with me, guys. Sorry about that. Hey, look at the beautiful photos on the wall. Come on. Son of a bitch. Son of a bitch. Get in there. Oh, I hate this so much. Oh, I hate you, TikTok. You son of a bitch. You fucked me good. Oh, my headphone thing got caught on the thing. God damn you. Hey, guys, how are you? Sorry about that little interruption. Now we can start the show. And we'll see what comments. And welcome to Harry Has ADHD. Anyway, now we can get the show started properly. What did I say? What was the excuse to do this show? Oh, that's right. It's a comedy and mental health podcast for people dealing with any type of mental health. It doesn't have to be ADHD, but that's the one I have. That's the thing I have that makes me cuckoo bananas. And so you're welcome to share. Today I wanted to talk a little bit about social media, maybe the most difficult part of or difficult obstacle when it comes to ADHD. Now, I think anyway, I don't know what would be more difficult, because it's a plethora of distractions. Here we go. We got Steve in the chat letting me know. We got people joining on TikTok. Hopefully you can enjoy this. I can't see. It's so small that I can't see. Wait, let me increase. Oh, okay. We got Ric Flair, Vince McMahon, and then John Cena. I don't know what that evolutionary scale you're trying to make is. Hopefully people get worse than better. I don't know. I don't know in what order that is, Steve. But we're talking about social media, and that is maybe the most distracting thing and the biggest obstacle I think that faces this generation. I can't imagine having it when I was young. I was when I was a teenager. Luckily we kind of didn't have that. I mean, I don't think I would have gotten anything done in my life. I mean, when you have access to everything, anything you want, because make no mistake, that's what social media gives you. Everything, social media gives you access to everything you want, and also a bunch of things that you didn't ask for. You know, and again, TikTok, speaking of things we didn't ask for, nobody asked that you didn't do a Mac thing. I don't know why we can't. Just to go back, I'm sorry, I'm still a little pissed about that. The fact that we don't have a app for the Mac computers, just the phone, the computer. We got a Windows one, but we can do anything nowadays, you know? I mean, we have the technology. There's no way you don't have the technology. We can do anything we want. There's videos of the president breakdancing. You got videos of Ron DeSantis in a cheerleader's outfit with the Star of David and the Israel flag on him. That's a video that's crossed my desk several times. We could do anything. You can make an app for the goddamn Mac computer so that I could just broadcast this show and get 10 people to look at it, damn it. I don't understand, TikTok. I'm trying to do what you want. I'm trying to please you, social media overlord. So anyway, we're talking about ADHD and social media and the internet impacting everything on that, and I wanted to talk about that tonight because I have ADHD. I didn't do any preparation. I had meant to do it. I had all the intentions of doing it, all the desires of doing it, and yet here we are. So here we go. We'll start off as we do every week. With me having to look this up from scratch. Let's Google it from scratch. There we go. Here we go. All right, Google. Sorry, very distracted. Working mode. This is getting better, though. Remember that one week where it took me 17 minutes to get the show started? This is so much better than that. You know, that's one of those where I'm like happy. I'm glad that people didn't see it, didn't watch it. So anyway, like and share if you want to help out with this to make it go farther here. So okay, now I'm going to look up everything that I was supposed to look up and do all the prep. And what did I do instead today? I had to go get my tire changed because I had a flat tire. I did a road gig with my friend Sherrod Small. We went all the way out to Soul Joel's, and I forget where, Pottsville? Potsy Town or whatever. It's a very fine comedy club in the middle of nowhere. It's a beautiful club in like the middle of the woods somewhere. I guess it used to be a country club. Frank Sinatra used to perform there. You know, so it's kind of nice to be able to go to a location where do stand-up comedy and perform at a location where Frank Sinatra once performed, and this beautiful venue that's been around for so long. And just say the word fuck over and over again into a microphone and earn a living. And you should have heard what Sherrod said, which was a lot of N-bombs. I think he broke the record in one night. So anyhow, I got a flat tire and I had to fix that. I got a flat tire. My engine, I haven't done a road gig in a very long time. I tend not to do them. My engine started to overheat. Check this out. I had to pee. We were there. I go, let me pull into a Wawa. And anytime you're on the road, if you're from the city, you want to go to a Wawa. Best gas station. By the way, best food at a gas station ever. I don't think anybody... Is there any competition to that in the chat? Does anyone argue that Wawa has the best food? Right? All right. If you do in the chat, let me know. But I don't think. I mean, I don't want to hear 7-Eleven. Don't even bring me that 7-Eleven crap. Do you understand? 7-Eleven, the food stinks. All they had is a Slurpee. That's it. That's all they had. And I think Wawa has Slurpees too, right? I think you can get them. I have no idea. You know what? Next time I go in there, I'm going to see if they have it. And so, anyhow, I had to pee, go into the Wawa. As I'm pulling into the Wawa, I can see the gauge goes up. The car starts to overheat. I think the car could not handle. It's a very old car. It's a sports car. I've beaten the hell out of it. I've had it for 10 years now. It's a Hyundai Veloster. It's a great sports car, but I've certainly beat the hell out of it doing road gigs and driving around, making spots in the city like a maniac. I pull into the Wawa as the engine starts to overheat, and now I gotta go and find coolant or whatever, which I don't even know if they have it at Wawa. They have like one bottle. Wawa's not big. Every gas station is a little bit different. Wawa knows where their money's made. It's the snacks. They do have an aisle where you could pick up car parts. It was literally like a little end cap, a small thing, and I got the one bottle of coolant, filled that up on the way out. While I'm on the highway, I see that there's a low tire sign. We make it to the gig. I feel like it doesn't flatten. We make it to the gig. I pulled into another Wawa. It's a double Wawa day because Wawa also, let me tell you what's great about Wawa. By the way, this show is not sponsored by Wawa, but let me tell you something. It should be for how much I love that place. Because you know what else Wawa does? And I don't know if this is everywhere. I know it's in New Jersey and Pennsylvania. Free air for your tires. Free air. Isn't that something nice that somebody still... It's the last place you could get something for free in this country because everyone charges for everything now. You can't get kicked in the nuts for free anymore in America. Now you got to get like the elite package. And so anyway, I pull in and I fill up the tires. 'Cause I feel like I figure it's a low leak because it's not. The tire it wasn't thumping. I know when a tire has a fast leak, you can hear it thump because the air's out of the tire and the rubber is not supposed to work that way. Pull in there. Oh, Costco is the place to go. Great deals on the food court. All right, hold on, though. When you say food court, you're being a little... You're using somebody in... Yeah, who said that about... Xavier, my pal Xavier. Love you, Xavier. But you're saying that Costco, better food? First of all, Costco technically not a gas station. They do sell gas, so I'll allow it in the confines of this conversation. But I will say this. It's not much of a food court. It's not much of a food court. I mean, what do they have? They have hot dogs, they got pizza, they got a soda. I think that's it. I think you get a pretzel there too, and some ice cream. I mean, Wawa, those people are working hard back there. There's too much stuff to order. Wow, you can get a sandwich, you can get soup. There's no reason these poor people, and they work hard, man. And when my sandwich comes late or whatever, I don't sweat it. I don't yell at them, nothing. I just relax and I deal with it because these people work. You're asking them to make too many things over there. They should just be making sandwiches. Now they got soup. They got goulash. They're trying to make a baked Alaska back there. It's a lot of work. These poor people just signed up to work at a gas station. Now they're on Top Chef. And, it's not fair to them. It's not fair. It's way too much food. But it's all really good. It hits the spot. And I hate 7-Eleven so much because I felt like why do I hate 7-Eleven? I still go there. Because you have to go there because I don't have a Wawa as close to my house as I would like. I have one 2.6 miles away, not close enough for me. Now, why do I hate 7-Eleven? Because they really acted like they were king shit for a long time. And they lived off that Slurpee thing. That's it. That's what. Yeah, food court, somebody put in parentheses. Food court is a little bit, don't get me wrong. Pour Slurpee into the coolant. Oh, good idea. Yeah, that might have cooled it down, but I don't know how far the car would have run after that. Let's see here. Is anybody... Who's that? Brandon Michael Maddox? Oh, hey, how you doing, Brandon? All right. How you doing, bud? Let's see. Quick Check now does free air. Okay, I didn't know this. The one on Route 46 is upping the game, and they're trying to keep up with Wawa. I know exactly, because I live in North Jersey. I know exactly which Quick Check, and it's a nice, clean Quick Check. I'll give you that. Quick Check is the closest thing. I don't know why. I like Wawa a little bit better. I think their sandwiches are good. Plus, let me tell you what Wawa does. You know what I don't like about Quick Check? The prices. They don't understand the average Joe here. I don't know who's pricing whatever's going on at Quick Check. But they got the wrap that they break in half. And don't think I don't know what you're doing, Quick Check, because when you break it in half, it's a smaller wrap. But you break it in half so people don't notice. But I notice, because I put them together just to check, because I noticed that you're stingy with the wraps. You're charging $6.99, $7.99. Get out of here. You know what Wawa's doing? They got deals every day, but what they do, what is the name of it? Hoagie Fest. That's what it is. All summer long, Hoagie Fest. You get a 10-inch sub sandwich for like $6, $5.99. Hoagie Fest. It just works. So Quick Check is all right. Quick Check will do if you don't have a Wawa. 7-Eleven comes in a distant third. Somebody wrote in Sheetz. I don't know enough about Sheetz. I'm not in the Pennsylvania area. I know they're big in Pennsylvania. Is the Sheetz. I don't know what they do there. I forget. Do they do fresh food? Are they doing fresh food? 7-Eleven I don't like because they cook food on the premises, but I use the food loosely. Although I will say 7-Eleven, before there was a Wawa, 7-Eleven is the place I would go to when I would have a binge. When I would have a binge after a long night of doing comedy. Maybe the comedy didn't go well. Maybe my diet wasn't going so well. And oh man, it's some bad stuff went down at that 7-Eleven. I'm not gonna lie. I know the one on 1 and 9. There's some bad. I hurt myself a lot in that 7-Eleven. Just going, hey, it doesn't matter. We'll start the diet tomorrow. And the only thing open at that hour is 7-Eleven. So I never binge on good food. Just day-old Danish. One time, this is a true story. I was just hungry, and all that was left, for whatever reason, all that was left was like on the roller. There were like these. I think there was just a cheeseburger Big Bite, which is just like a sausage that they fill cheese in it, and it's one of those things that for whatever reason you eat it and you feel disgusted while you eat it, and yet you do it. I don't know. If it's a self-harm thing that happens. And hold on, am I on Facebook here? Let me double check if I'm on Facebook. I might not be. That would annoy the shit out of me after everything I did to not be on Facebook. And let's see. Oh no, here we go. Let's see. Am I on? Oh, there we are. We are on Facebook. No, I'm on Facebook. Watching myself. Yeah, I can hear myself on the monitor here, my little thing. I can hear myself yelling about the fact, asking if I'm on Facebook. Okay. All right. Back to my story. What were we talking about? We were talking about who has the best gas station food. Oh, yeah. I do a lot of damage. I did a lot of damage at that 7-Eleven. I went in there. I got all that was left was a cheeseburger Big Bite. And then the chicken. They had some chicken. They have chicken wings, which are not bad at 7-Eleven. If it'll get you. Big Gulps are cheap. Somebody wrote, yeah, they are cheap, but that's all they got. The Big Gulp is great. Don't get me wrong. Big Gulp is fantastic, but Big Gulp alone, that doesn't make you're not going to get a Michelin star, for me anyway. To Flat Tire, Wawa history, 7-Eleven. I am running full on ADHD. We'll get back to we'll get back to the reason. I don't even know how we got here. I can't tell a story to save my life, by the way. That's one of the things about ADHD. I can't tell a story. I mean, I don't remember the order of the story. I get distracted. I tell stories like Quentin Tarantino makes movies. They're just all out of order. But his are intentionally out of order, and then you piece them together, and they make sense in a beautiful narrative, and they add up to something. My stories they hopefully collapse on each other in a way that makes me look semi-dignified. By the way, 7-Eleven. So the guy at the 7-Eleven, the guy had there were these chicken wings there, right? It was like 1 o'clock in the morning. And there were these, and they were just the only chicken wings there. It was the only hot food. And I grabbed it, And the guy, as he was at the cash register, the guy's, he's checking me out. I guess checking out. No, you don't check out at a 7-Eleven. It's not a hotel room. But he looks at the chicken wings. He goes, "Oh man, these are terrible. I can't. No, man, I can't give these to you." I go, no, I'll take it. He goes, "No, man, these are dry. These are terrible. They're burnt. They're dried." He goes, "I can't. Let me go see what else." He refused to sell them to me as a matter of principle. It's not his 7-Eleven. It wasn't a health thing. Or he just morally, he's like, "Hey, man, I can't maintain a good conscience and let you eat these dry-ass chicken wings. I'll see if I can find you something else." And he went to the back and fished me out some hot dogs that he warmed up for me. Very nice. Very nice of the guy. And then then I put in my rewards number, which is very sad. The 7-Eleven rewards number is one of those things that you're a member of that you are ashamed to be a member of, I guess, in a way. Because I get worried that one day I'll have accumulated so many reward points that they'll bring me out like a plaque or something. And it's one of those sad things like, oh, Jesus, how much time and sadness have I spent here? Because 7-Eleven, when you're getting junk food, it's great when you're a teenager. But as an adult, if you're getting food from a 7-Eleven, you're not living your best life. I'm just saying. You got work to do. And this is from a guy. I mean, I've walked I've done 10,000 hours. The Malcolm Gladwell, 10,000 hours in a 7-Eleven. They're opening another Wawa on Route 46 past the bagel store that I see you at. Oh, all right. This is good news. But it's a little far still. It's a little far, man. I have one close by. The other thing I worry about when I go to when I would do these binges, because you do comedy very late. When you first start out, you got to take the worst spots, and some of the shows they start at 11 p.m. and I'd pull into a gas station at 12:30 a.m., 1 o'clock in the morning on my way home, and I always had this nightmare that I get shot, like this fear, not a nightmare, but a fear that one day I'll get shot in a robbery at the 7-Eleven because I just had to have pull and peel Twizzlers at 1 o'clock in the morning. That, my life came to an end because I got Mike and Ike's. And, but so far I've made it. So, whatever. Long live Wawa. Okay, enough. What was the point of that? Oh, the point of that, we're going back. Gas station, Wawa. Oh, that's right. I pulled into a Wawa, filled the tire up with air. I go do the show. After my set is done, I go just to check on the tire because I'm like paranoid about it. And sure enough, the tire is low. And now I can see there's a nail in it. I couldn't see it before. And I'm like, oh, Jesus. I now have to fill up this tire while Sherrod is on stage headlining because I was middling. So I did my 30. He's making white people uncomfortable and making them laugh at the same time. And dropping more N-bombs than they have heard in a long time, publicly anyway, in that area. And meanwhile, I have to rush to the Walmart and pick up some... I'm always prepared, my friends. I had Fix-A-Flat, but it was like 10 years old. So I used the Fix-A-Flat, but I'm like, I better pick up another bottle in case. Because this stuff, I don't even know where I got this stuff from. It's one of those things that you have in your car. You're like, you just keep moving it every time you change cars. I mean, it was in the old car I had. It might be 15 years old. It worked, but I'm not messing around. Plus, we got a 3-hour drive, and I went to the Walmart in Pennsylvania, and that's a Pennsylvania Walmart. You think 7-Eleven at 1 o'clock in the morning is sad? The Pennsylvania Walmart is pretty rough. Pretty rough. I don't know what goes down out there, man. I just do my business. I do my road gigs or wrestling shows, and I get out of there. But, we need to get some dental care out there. That's all I'm saying. Okay, what were we supposed to be talking about? Why did I tell you a story about the time I got a flat tire and I had to pee? I don't know. I don't remember. This is one of those Tarantino things. So let's go back. What were we talking about? Oh, that's right. Social media and ADHD and how distracting it can be. Let me open up another tab here. And so, all right, let's put into our Google machine. We're going to help people. That was the whole point of this show, right? We're supposed to cure ADHD and help people. Who's watching this show? I don't even know. All right, here we go. Have some confidence. Don't lose confidence in yourself. One day, there will be thousands of viewers. Today's not that day, but one day, and I hope it's soon, and then maybe I can get a sponsorship from Wawa for as much talking as that. You know what I want from Wawa? What Wawa should be and this is just for you wrestling fans. That Japanese steakhouse, and I'm forgetting the Japanese. I got to look up the Japanese steakhouse name. It's a famous Japanese steakhouse that professional wrestlers go to, and they get a jacket. They just get a jacket from the steakhouse because it's just a tradition. And Ribera, that's what it was. Ribera Steakhouse in Japan. It's not even a big restaurant. I don't even know if it's the best restaurant. It was a symbol that you went to Japan if you got one of those jackets. So now people want to get one of those jackets. It's like an old school velvet jacket. And it's just, I think Wawa should be for as much as they've done for independent wrestling. I think Wawa should have jackets that they sell to the independent wrestlers. They just should. Let me see if I can pull up a thing here. This is always dicey when I try to share a thing. Let's see here. Okay, here we go. This is a gamble. This is the exciting gamble because on the very first episode that I did this, I tried to share an image here and share screen. Okay, so far so good. Some screens let you share audio. Look at the share audio checkbox next to the window. Follow these steps to share audio and video. Okay. Here we go. Ribera Steakhouse. I think we got it. Also share the audio. There shouldn't be any audio. And hopefully you still hear me. Here we go. There we go. See that page? You see me streaming. You can see all my tabs. That's fine. What do I got to hide? Let's see. That's the jacket. People would go to Ribera. It's not a nice jacket. It's, sorry, TikTok. You guys can't see this because TikTok doesn't make a goddamn app for the Mac. So you're stuck just watching my face while I scroll through pictures of professional wrestlers wearing the Ribera jacket. This tradition goes on like from the 70s. Ooh, this is a newer version of there. Oh, here we go. And let's see. Okay, this is not sharing at all, is it? Is it not sharing at all? View in StreamYard. I have no idea. Because I don't see it on the Facebook page. View tab in StreamYard. Oh, here we go. That's what I have to do. There we are. All right, there we are. Thank you. This is why I have the monitor up there. Okay, but I can share it in there. There we go. That's not the jacket. Here we go. That's the jacket. It's like a velvet jacket. Yeah, see, it's not even a nice jacket, but it's just one of those dumb traditions that, is kind of cool. It just meant that you were a badass wrestler and that you had been to Japan. That's really and that meant a lot more back in like the 70s and 80s and the 60s. And anyway, enough wrestling stuff there. Stop sharing. Let's stop sharing. How do I get back onto my screen? Where am I? I'm lost now. Add to this day. There I am. So Wawa should do that. That was a long way to go for nothing, I'm going to admit. I just wanted to show you some jackets. Oh man, this is the most true ADHD show I've done and the least informative. Entertaining wise, I have no idea if you're entertained by this. But anyhow, okay, here we go. For the last time here. Now, we're supposed to look up the effects of social media. Effects of social media and ADHD. Here we go. The effects. Social media can have both a positive and a negative impact on individuals with ADHD, says Google AI. Positive impact? What's the positive impact? It can also exacerbate existing ADHD symptoms and contribute to problematic usage patterns. Well, yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Positive. Let's see what the community and support. Social media platforms can provide a space for individuals with ADHD to connect with others who share similar experiences, offering support, advice, and a sense of belonging. Okay. There you go. Increased awareness. It has played a significant... Okay, I guess, yeah, all right. Self-expression and creativity. Social media can be a platform for individuals with ADHD to express themselves creatively, share unique perspectives, and build confidence. Let me tell you something. Nobody wants somebody to go on social media and just blather on and on about how they have ADHD. So I think you're wrong on that, Google. You're way off. That was the only three, which really are the same. Awareness and express. Yeah, right. Those are three. The negative impacts. They exacerbate the symptoms of ADHD. Well, yeah, of course. Social media, they're designed to capture attention through endless feeds and intermittent rewards, which can be particularly harmful to a person with ADHD whose brains are already susceptible to stimulus, right? So, I know for me that I've had to some tips that I've learned is one of the things I do now. A friend of mine, Ray Wagner, the man who made this very graphic behind me and the theme song, shout out to Ray Wagner, suggested I turn my phone to black and white. You can find a setting to make it black and white, and it makes it a lot better because it's not as stimulating. It's weird to look at. Eventually, you have to turn it back to color if there's something you enjoy, but that helps a lot. But I mean, just, you know what? I can't imagine being a kid who grows up and you have this and you have ADHD, because I had it when I just had television. When we had 30 channels, and that was a lot back. That was like mind blowing to have 30 channels. And I would piss away the day going through those 30 channels. So you learn it doesn't matter whether it's the phone or whether it's television. People with ADHD are going to waste time. That's my feeling on it. But I feel like at least when it was 30 channels, there was some limit where you go, okay, I can't even deal with this. I can't, there's nothing on. On Saturday afternoons, before there was the internet, all that was on TV was college sports and Steven Seagal movies. That was it. If you like those two things, you were gold. But I didn't enjoy either. And so I tell you what I do enjoy is watching videos about what an awful person Steven Seagal is. You see those all the time. I've yet to see one where somebody goes, "No, I met him. He was a cool dude." Not one. I mean, his name pops up. I hope he doesn't have a Google alert. Or, his name pops up. It's always he followed by asshole, elitist, whatever. And he hasn't been in. Do you understand? He hasn't. I don't know that he's made a movie that anyone has seen in about 15 years, and yet I don't know that anyone has more is more part of the culture than Steven Seagal for having done nothing in the last 15 years. That's how awful a jerk he was for the 3 years that he was famous, that people will not let it go. He was the worst host in the history of Saturday Night Live, a show that's been on 50 years. He's been acknowledged by the producers who've been there for at least 30 of those years that he was the worst host, which is a lot of ground because Robert Blake and O.J. Simpson both hosted that show. P. Diddy, I don't think hosted. He was a musical guest, so that doesn't count. But when you go, hey, who's the worst person we had here? They go, Steven Seagal. Trump hosted twice. It's still Steven Seagal. How the hell did we get to Steven Seagal? Social media. Oh, Saturday afternoons. That's right. Saturday afternoons. That's all there was. That's all there was. There was nothing. So eventually you'd run out of, you'd flip through the channels and then you'd run it and then you'd run it over to the thing again and you'd hope you'd flip around, but you knew there wasn't anything else on. You knew it wasn't. You knew the Saturday afternoon movie wasn't a good one. You knew there were the infomercials. American Gladiators was on. NASCAR wasn't into that. You're like, there's nothing. That's why I loved wrestling so much. Here's how much I loved wrestling when I was a kid, because there was nothing else on. Also, this was before kids had kids programming. There was no children's channels. There was children's programming. That's why Saturday morning cartoons meant something. Now it doesn't mean anything. But Saturday morning cartoons were massive when we grew up, because at 12 o'clock they shut that down, and then it was just adult programming from that. I don't mean when I say adult, I don't mean pornography. I mean just worse than that, just socio-political issues. People in a doing one-on-one conversations about what we can do to move the public discourse and local budgets and whatnot. And that's what you'd have to There was no Nickelodeon. Nickelodeon wasn't even a full-time kids channel. Like everything, Nickelodeon was only a kids channel until 8 p.m. and then it switched to Nick at Night. So at nighttime, you didn't even have anything. When we got Nickelodeon, that was great. That was like, oh man, that blew your mind. But that was on a premium cable package, which my father as an immigrant was not messing with. So there's no children's programming. If you woke up too late on Saturday morning, you missed out on the Saturday morning cartoons. No A-Team, no Mr. T or whatever. Spider-Man, the Muppets. It was, that was it. It was good. If you missed that, you were done. You couldn't watch a cartoon until like the next 24 hours until, And so I loved wrestling so much that I knew it started at 6 o'clock, and I would just sit there at 5:30 going, I'll watch whatever's on before the wrestling. And it was not good. It was not good stuff. I remember there's a show called Fishing with Orlando Wilson. I'd have to look back on what this was. It was just a man who fished. And this was a show that apparently was very popular, Orlando Wilson. I only know that name because I loved wrestling. If you were lucky beforehand, they'd show an Andy Griffith rerun. But it was just a man fishing, and it wasn't like, it was a camcorder and a man fishing, basically. It was a one-shot. There was no extreme MTV sports fishing, none of that. You were screwed. And here we go. Let's see, in the chats there. That would be tough with today's schedule. Have you seen his martial arts videos? Oh, you're referring to Steven Seagal? Yeah. The martial arts videos, Steven Seagal's martial arts videos are fantastic. The ones where, he's fat and out of shape, and basically he has the guys charge at him, and then he does a thing where he, and they're volunteers, so they're gonna they think of it as like a training exercise, so they're not really attacking him, but he does one of these, and he flips them over. Let's see if we can find some. All right, hold on. All right, let's see. All right, we're getting crazy here. We're getting crazy. Karate. What do I put? Karate? Steven Seagal. Karate? Oh, I spelled Seagal wrong. Karate. Are these parodies? No, this dude, Steven Seagal has gotten so fat that for a second I thought, come on, man. You got to give me a highlight thing. I'm not watching 8 minutes. And I'm certainly not watching Joe Rogan talk about Steven Seagal for 8 minutes. That ain't happening. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I like Joe Rogan. I got no problem with the man. I just don't have time for all that. What really happened when Steven Seagal? There is a great story. There is the great story of Judo Gene LaBelle, who was a real genuine martial artist and also a professional wrestler who transitioned to working in stunts, and he was like the stunt coordinator on movies. And Steven Seagal, apparently the stunt guy said, they went over to Judo Gene LaBelle, a man who also trained Ronda Rousey and the Hot Rod, Roddy Piper. They said, Gene, Steven Seagal, he's taking liberties. I mean, he's actually punching us in the face. Like, he's just being pretty reckless and he's hurting people. And then Judo Gene LaBelle went over. So he said, I'll handle it. And so, he didn't go up and get aggressive with Steven Seagal. I've heard this story a couple different ways, but it's one of the best stories ever because he goes up to him and, he kind of tricks him into going, hey, there's a move that nobody's ever been able to get out of. And, of course, he baits Steven Seagal, and Steven goes, I could get out of it. Oh, okay, well, let's try it. He puts him in like a rear naked choke or something, or some type of, they call it a sugar hold, which is it basically... it knocks you unconscious. Basically, it takes all the oxygen from your brain, so you go unconscious, and then you get released, and whatever. So you fall down. So Judo Gene holds on, and he grips, and Steven Seagal tries to fight his way out of it. And Judo Gene doesn't let go until basically Seagal is not only unconscious, but he craps himself, and then he drops him to the ground. I mean, these are the type of things that, that is the beauty. You know what? We talk about the negative impact of the internet, but how beautiful is that story? We all get to share in a guy being a jerk. Now we all know a story about a guy who was a real jerk to a bunch of people that happened 30 to 40 years ago, about 30 years ago. And now we all get to share that story, and we all know that Steven Seagal crapped himself. And all right, let's see if we can find some footage of. Let me see. I gotta vet this footage before I let you guys. By the way, I've watched the full interview with Judo Gene LaBelle. It's really good. With Joe Rogan, it's very good. I will say this: I'm a Rogan fan. I don't agree with everything. Okay, this is. Oh, that's actually pretty impressive there, but the first one. But this seems to be a guy who's volunteering. He demonstrates his Aikido Wing Chun news. And that one looks good, but I've seen ones where it's not so good. I don't agree with everything Rogan has done. And I don't like some of the things he's done for sure. A lot of it's disappointing. I will say this. I'm tired of people blaming Joe Rogan for Trump winning the election. Because he had Trump on. I don't love that he didn't, hold him accountable. I don't love that he didn't ask hard-hitting questions. But let's not pretend that a bunch of people let's not pretend that, the 30 million people who tuned into the Joe Rogan experience were on the fence, and that if it wasn't for Joe Rogan, that these people who tune into a podcast, that's sponsored by energy drinks and ayahuasca or whatever, that they were on the fence and they were like, I don't know, maybe I'll vote for Kamala Harris. They were voting for Trump. Let's just stop. Like, it's not. You're not going to blame Rogan. You should blame the system as a whole, and also Hillary for not initially campaigning in Wisconsin more. But let's just not. I hate the thing where we act like Rogan. It's Rogan's responsibility. All right, I don't have time to pull up the Steven Seagal martial arts thing. Just pull up any video, and he's big and fat, and that karate gi, by the way, that's another one that's for the thin. That's for the thin and the young. The karate gi is not for older, fatter people, because it doesn't do you any service. You know what I mean? It's like a jumpsuit that Elvis wore in Las Vegas. It's not. It's only exacerbating the problem areas. It's not helping out. So what were we talking about? Social media. That's right. We're trying to help people. How do you deal with the social media aspect? And there's a lot of other aspects, not just the fact that it's distracting, because it's a huge distraction. I don't know about you. I find myself sometimes I find myself scrolling just relentlessly. Like I get at a pace. I don't know what I'm looking for, where I'm just scrolling. I have to stop myself. I'm not even watching these things. I'm just scrolling through them, hoping that you'll find a video that somehow changes your life or makes you happy. And that can happen. You can find stuff that makes you happy. I'd save those. What I do is I take those things and I save them in a file. When my dopamine hit gets low and I get really depressed or sad, I have a little notes thing with all the videos and things that I like. I'll share with you guys some of these. And that is the beauty of the internet, is there is a place you can go. Back in the day, you're kind of stuck with whatever you had on TV. You had to hope that you vibed with whatever was on TV, or that you hadn't seen it before, or, And with YouTube and TikTok and that, you can type in the things that you want, and the algorithm caters to it, which is kind of nice. It knows what you like to a degree, which is good and bad, because every once in a while I'll click on some conservative stuff just because I'm watching a news thing, and then TikTok's like, oh, all right, you're into conservative politics. No, TikTok, no. I'm not into, I saw you watching Ron DeSantis in a cheerleader's outfit. Say no more. I get it, these conservative politics. And then I have to go over and counterbalance that by looking up some Pride stuff and a lot of Elton John clips, and hopefully to level it out, to let them know, hey, I ain't with that. I got to watch some Public Enemy videos, just to get back up to normal. But there is something kind of cool about being able to cheer yourself up and finding the things that you love from that. I know the thing that makes me the most happy, I don't know what your latest trend is. My algorithm is now full of pranksters gone wrong. Pranks gone wrong. I love a prank gone wrong. And when I say pranks, pranks are... Some of the people who are pranking on the internet, I don't think they understand how pranks work. I think they think that just lying to someone is technically a prank, which it is not. So going into a store and going, you know, or go, you know, like going up to a person and going, hey, man, what the fuck are you looking at? Like, that's not a prank. That's, you know, it's like a threat. And you think they don't know that it's a humorous thing. Like dumping. There was one I love where it gets, that's why I love these videos. Like that one, there's this one kid, I can't stand this guy. And the only reason I watch his videos because every once in a while one gets, I don't know if he posts them or not, but there's video of him getting wrecked, you know, like he'll walk up to somebody with like a big horn or a cone and then blow in their ear or whatever, which is like, you know, pretty reckless. And then, you know, then he runs away. But every once in a while, you know, thank God for this MMA. Thank God for our Lord and Savior, Joe Rogan. No name above that name. For teaching us all the value of MMA. Because every once in a while, one of these guys grabs a hold of this kid, throws him to the ground, and then puts him in a chokehold, and he just starts tapping and going, it's a prank, it's a prank, it's a prank. Those are so satisfying. Because, again, these are not, you know, you're just... Especially the ones where you're fucking with the elderly who don't know any better. That, I can't... What are you doing? I always find it funny when you're messing with the elderly at a Target. It's interesting. You didn't take your camera and your cell phone and your microphone and go to the South Central Los Angeles, did you? You chose to go to the Target in Temecula or wherever. I don't even know if Temecula is... It sounds like a very hoity-toity city. I don't know why I'm picking LA references. I'm from New York, but it just sounds... South Central sounds badass. But those are very satisfying to me. So those give me the dopamine hit. But everything else is a distraction, though. I mean, you scroll and you scroll and you scroll, and it's endless. And then you have friends sending you stuff. And that's how we communicate nowadays. My friend Steve and I, he's here. We barely talk. We just send each other videos of things. And that's how and that's fine. I think that's a beautiful thing. That is kind of cool. You know what? Social media is kind of cool in that sense. Where, like, if you have a friend and you go, hey, man, I miss that guy. I don't have anything to say other than how you doing. You just, you know, you just send him a video of a guy skateboarding and then, you know, trying to do an ollie and then tearing his nutsack. You know, is there a more beautiful thing that somebody can give to somebody else than that? You know, let's see what are the other things that social media is, they're saying are problematic. Yeah, the list, it's so funny because the list of positive things stops at 3. And then this list of negative impacts on social media, it looks like the credits to Schindler's List. I mean, this thing is endless here. Time blindness. Oh, it's interesting. People with ADHD may experience time blindness, making them more susceptible to losing track of time while using social media, which can lead to procrastination and missed deadlines. Can? Oh, my goodness. Can? I don't even know. I mean, I don't even get stuff started. Yeah, it is a way to distract yourself, isn't it? To just try to avoid the scare. That's what I would do when I was a kid. Anything but doing the homework. Because you also have ADHD, so you can't pay attention to these stupid-ass textbooks. Or this chapter of Shakespeare you're supposed to read, which sucked ass. Shakespeare sucks, by the way. It stinks. It's great to see it performed. When it's performed, it's great. To read it, it sucks ass, and it's just a thing that we do because it seems like an educational thing to do. But there's no any more inherent value in reading Shakespeare than there is Death of a Salesman. So why don't you read that? Because that's more impactful. That would have been more helpful. I got nothing out of the Romeo and Juliet thing, other than it's okay to have relations with teenagers, apparently. That's what I took out of it. I didn't understand most of it. I didn't understand most of it. I think Julius Caesar dies in the end. I don't know. He's a ghost or something, but he's still in the thing. I don't know. But let's read Death of a Salesman. Let me read Death of a Salesman. That's more valid. The Death of the American Dream. That's something that would have prepared me for this world. Grapes of Wrath. You know? To Kill a Mockingbird. Those are things that are more helpful to what's going on now instead of the Shakespeare. Let's read that. Lord of the Flies. That would have been more impactful. It would have been more helpful. Difficulty concentrating. Yeah, social media will do that, of course. This constant stream of notifications and interruptions. Yeah, I have to shut all that shit down. I don't know why. Yeah, I mean, look, I get what there's a money in it to make people have to listen to all this crap. But just the notifications would drive me up the walls. I couldn't do it. I have to shut it off. I don't need to know that a friend liked what a friend had mentioned, a comment thing. Like, Parable of the Shower. Great book. I'm not familiar with that one. Xavier. Parable of the Shower. What is that one? Okay. Now we're taking book recommendations. See, thank you for this. And there's also people who, you know what? It's very interesting. When I was talking about who had the best gas station, the comments were on fire. But now that we're talking about books and education, it's a dry well out here in the comment section. It's not your fault. We went down this road. What is the book? Parable of the Shower. Well, I have to look this up. Parable of the Shower. Parable of the Shower. What is it? Parable of the Shower is a 1993 speculative fiction novel. What the hell does speculative mean? All right, now I got to look up what novel by American writer Octavia E. Butler. This is set in a post-apocalyptic Earth heavily affected by climate change and social inequality. Oh, yeah, that'll never happen. The novel follows... Yeah, see, this is a young woman who can feel the pain of others and becomes displaced from her home. Oh, okay. See, that would have been more useful here. Here we go. But what is speculative fiction? I don't even know that term, so now I got to look that up. Speculative fiction is an umbrella genre of fiction that encompasses the subgenres. You're doing too much here. You're doing too much, Wikipedia. You're doing too much here. I'm already a little lost. I'm not going to lie to you before we finish the end of this sentence. Subgenres. Here we go. Start again. Speculative fiction is the umbrella genre, I think I understand that, of fiction that encompasses the subgenres that depart from realism or strictly imitating everyday reality. I'm lost. I got to be honest with you, Wikipedia. This is the type of thing where I get lost. This catch-all genre, now you're using another thing. Catch-all genre includes but is not limited to fantasy, science fiction, science fantasy, which I don't know the difference between science fiction and science fantasy. I guess science fantasy would be like in another world or some shit. Science fiction is like ghosts on this planet, a little more grounded. Superhero, paranormal, horror, alternative history. Okay, all right, there we go. All right, good book. I think it would have been more useful. Shakespeare's nonsense. It's garbage. It's garbage that people pretend to like or pretend to understand, even though we don't understand. Anyhow, let me get my shit together here. We're supposed to help people, and I feel like we haven't done that yet. Okay, let's go back to... Yeah, social media. The other thing social media does, I'll tell you what else it does. Maybe the distraction part is the one thing, but the comparison part is the other hard part, because it looks like everyone's leading their best life, and that most of them are frauds and liars. Yeah, most of them are just, but it's hard not to get bogged down in that. It's hard not to look at other people. Look, it's hard for me in show business. I mean, this show, I don't know. I think this is a lot more interesting than other things that are going on, but we'll see. You compare yourself and you think that your life is shitty because you see people doing kick-ass stuff, and this executive is getting up. I'm getting up at 6 o'clock in the morning. Every day I get up at 4:55 a.m. I work at the gym for 3.5 hours, but I somehow squeeze it into 90 minutes. And then, I say hello to my kids for about 30 seconds. Then I'm off and running in the cold chamber or whatever. I do ayahuasca for 2.5 hours. Then I'm off to work. Quick stop for the coffee, and then, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And now I'm a billionaire. And you feel like you don't do enough, and that you're not good enough. And that's shitty. It's a shit feeling. That's really where, and you compare yourself to other people. But the other thing about social media is that it forces everyone to kind of be in the entertainment industry. And that's pretty rough. Because that's all about seeking the validation of other people. Every time you post something, you're literally seeking the validation of other people. And that could be that's really dicey, because in the world of show business, you don't always get it. Right? And you're only living. There's my friend Keith Malley, who does a podcast. You know what I'm talking about. You know about seeking the validation of other people. It's what we do. I'm not saying I'm above it. I do the same thing. Here I am, hoping that more people will like this show than they did last week. Not a high bar to set, because this is it's very slow. It's a slow build. It's a very slow build on this one. I'm still figuring out what this is, if this is interesting. Anyhow. You sit there, and then you need to be successful, and you need to have people watch the stuff. Yeah, it is live. Yeah, I'm not jiving you, man, to use an old, outdated term. I'm not bull jiving you. I'm here live in person, Keith Malley. Keith Malley does a great show, Keith and the Girl. I highly recommend it. I don't know why I'm plugging his show. There's 4 people watching this thing. He needs to plug my show. There's nobody. Yeah, there's 3 people watching this, and Keith's one of them. So I don't know why I'm plugging his show, assuming that somehow this goes viral. And I don't know what these numbers mean. What it's about. Right now, I'm on TikTok. I have 938 likes. Don't know how that's possible. I haven't had one person leave a comment. It doesn't seem real. It probably isn't real. We have detected inactivity. What happened? My live will end in 4 minutes and 55 seconds. What did I do? The fucking nerve. What? I'm not moving the phone enough? This is a new thing. This is weird. All right. But this is what I mean. But you have to. I got hearts coming up in the thing. I guess people like it. And I'm hoping I've hit 1,000 likes. I don't know what any of that means. It might not be real. It might just be bots that are doing it. But the point is, you live for that validation, and it makes you're never going to be enough. You're never enough, because it's on to the next thing. And it, God, man, that was hard enough in high school when you were looking at other people. You look at other people that you're jealous of in your town. Imagine now the whole world is your town. The whole world is your town. And you see inside of them, and you compare yourself to that. It's rough enough that you compared yourself to the people on your football team. And the people on my football team sucked. Everywhere I went, they sucked. Both high schools. Terrible football programs. But that's what you compare yourself to. And you hope, and it can be a dangerous thing, because you don't feel like you're enough, and you don't have the motivation to keep going. And that's tough, especially when you're young. I don't worry so much as an adult, but I worry about teenagers, because I was a delicate little flower of a teenager, man. And for whatever reason, I had the vibe or a face that somebody, I don't know that they loved. I had a vibe that people loved to yell at me. I think it was more that I looked like a guy you could yell at. I look like a guy you could yell at and take out all your life's vices on, your regrets and frustrations on. And boy, did people. And, in my family and outside of my family. But look, let's see. Here we go. Keith Malley doesn't like being jived. I hear you, bud. Anyway, sorry. I need to focus, guys. I need to focus. I need to help cure ADD. Let's go back to the... oh, no. Oh, boy. Well, looks like we're out of time. I am so sorry, guys. I did it again. I really thought we'd do it this week. I thought we were going to actually get to the bottom of ADHD. I thought I was going to cure it. Instead of curing ADHD, I ran out of time here. We spent the time talking about which gas station has the best food. Judah Freelander has joined us right at the end of the show. Judah, love you, buddy. One of the best comedians. Again, why am I plugging people who are more famous than me? There's 2 people watching this. One of them's Judah. One of them's Keith Malley on Instagram anyway. What was I saying? Oh, I was trying to do the outro of my show about ADHD. That's what I was trying to do. I'm sorry, guys. I didn't cure ADHD this week. I really feel bad about it. I was hoping to help people. I don't know that we did. Instead, we talked about what gas stations have the best food, why Shakespeare sucks, and also why Joe Rogan isn't to blame directly for Trump winning the election. And God, well, hopefully we can try again next week if we can get around to it. I'm sorry. Until then, do me a favor. Please like and subscribe on YouTube especially. Share it. Pretend to share it. Just hit the notification bell. And hopefully we can grow this into something fun and have some more people involved. Till then, thank you for joining me. And thank you for having ADHD with me. Come have ADHD with me.